Yeah, you know that bit where they say about someone, and this is a person who needs no introduction, well, because I've done them twice already. But the important bit on this slide is the fact it's only got one name. It's me, it's all mine. And it's all Joe's fault. Because we were talking last night with the beers. Lydia had gone back to work on something or other, and we were just chatting on stuff about stories. And it's like, yeah, I know you're doing a story thing, that's amusing. Reminds me of the stories that I used to read when I was a kid. Not those stories, not the time-based ones, but these stories. Anyone ever remember these? Fighting fantasy books. These were slightly more grown-up versions of the Choose Your Own Adventure. They've got 400 paragraphs in them, and each of them, this is City of Thieves, so it's, the stairs lead into a small room against painted red, sitting at a table. It's not Shakespeare, but it's good. But at the end of each section, it says, are you wearing a scorpion brooch? If you are, turn to 392. If not, turn to 215. So every little paragraph, and that's not a lot, it's not a big read, it's not a lot of text there. So you would read this piece of text and you'd say, what do I want to do next? And you'd turn to the appropriate section. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, this is sort of fairly microfiction, very easy to read, fairly casual. I wonder if you could get it in a text message. Because I've written this API, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I wrote this API that talks to SimWord that lets me receive text messages and also send them. So I thought, okay, I happen to have a chunk of data for this particular book. Doesn't everyone have a JSON file that describes how books work? No? Just me. So I thought, okay, fair enough. Let's have a go. So, why have everything still up? Okay, let's use that API. And let me hook in that data with that API. So I'm going to text the word begin to the TAMTAC number. That goes off to the server. You are standing in front of a guard at the city entrance. Reply with the number that matches your action. Telling you wish to be Nicodemus, text the number 202. Telling you you have some stolen beauty, text number 33. Attacking quickly with your sword, text 49. So, okay, I'll do 202. I can do any of them, by the way. I've done more than 2 numbers on here. So let's have the number 202. I send that. It tunnels back up to the server via SimWord's API, and the guards try to arrest you. So you could play a whole game, the whole book, via text message if you so wished. Because there's nothing to stop you. It's simple enough. The code is do we have the code? Yeah, I'll show you how simple the code is. No, I better not, because that will damage my credibility of being a genius programmer. But basically, you've got 2 options. You say the word begin, and the game begins. It creates a new state. It matches your phone number to the current state of the game, which is what page you on, what object have you picked up. And if you've got begin, then it's a page number, and you can say, go to page 202, switch to 34, or whatever. The game data file itself is this one. And you can see each page has got what actions are possible, what is allowed. So you can validate the user's input to make sure they're not trying to go straight to page 400, which is the end of the book. And it still uses those page numbers. A lot of menu systems, if when you get your call, it says, press 1 to do so-and-so, press 2 to do this. Well, if you did it for that, it's going to be pretty dull. Every page you read a bit, it says, press 1, press 2. I wanted to maintain the essence of this book, which was trying to get to page 400. So the numbers were important because they gave you a clue as to how the book was unfolding. It also means that if you keep the page numbers inside the text message, which means nothing, pages are related to the book. In a text message, they're irrelevant. But if you keep them, then you as a player can say, if I turn left from page 47 and I arrive here, and it's the same location if I turn right from 57, it means drawing a map of the world and understanding the game book that you're in just becomes that much easier. So I've kept all of that stuff in. But as I say, it is a fairly simple hack, but this is what happens when you're chatting over beers and there's a pizza and you're thinking, I wonder if I could just do that. And it turns out you can, which keeps me amused. So, I mean, for the future, there's a lot of other things I could probably think about doing. I mean, I'm sending SMSs and getting them back, doing the game logic, but I could change all of this. I could actually have this so it was a text-to-speech thing. It would be a voice call. I could put that into Alexa as well, if you like. It's the same kind of process. I could use voice acting instead of text-to-speech. I could use DTMF tones to control it. I could make little games, so when you're fighting the orc, a number can be read out, and you've got to DTMF that number back in a short enough period of time to thrust your sword and kill the orc. And because it's all in a text message, it's fairly short, fairly casual, and easy to get into. So it gives an opportunity for other writers who are actually creative, as opposed to me who just nicks the content of a book off the internet, to actually go out and say, okay, let's write some short fiction. Let's write something where you can tell a story in 100 parts and navigate your way through them. So that's what I did. This is how I did it. Any questions? I should probably say, any questions from Joe?
I just love it.
So any questions from anyone else? Okay, I can go then. And I think this is the last time you're going to see me up here, but I'm not sure about that. Don't bet on it.